Okay, so we are going to continue with the lessons number 5, okay, and of the unit 2, that is clothing and appearance. In this occasion, we're going to do two things, okay. On one side, we are going to do an activity related with grammar close-up, and then we are going to look up in detail, okay, the grammar and the exercises, right? Okay, so here we have a piece of reading, okay? So the idea is that you have to read the article about the history of ready-to-wear clothes. You have to notice the featured grammar. That means that you have to pay attention to the grammar that has been underlined, okay? Okay, so here we have the text. Of course, you have to understand what it is about. And then we're going to have a look at the words that are highlighted or featured in this case, right? Here we go.
Ready to wear or tailor-made? Do you know your clothing sizes? Of course you do. But would you be surprised to learn that clothing didn't always come in sizes? Here's some history. Before the mid-19th century, most people around the world bought factory-produced fabrics and made clothing for the entire family at home. By the 1850s, easy-to-use clothing patterns became commercially available, and sewing machines were standard in many homes, enabling the majority of people to make clothes quickly and efficiently for themselves. But as more and more women joined the workforce, fewer and fewer people continued to make their own clothes. Although the vast majority of clothes purchased in the industrialized world today are ready to wear, tailors and dressmakers in almost every country continue to make clothes to measure for the fortunate few people who can afford a little luxury. And patterns remain popular with a great number of people, those who enjoy creating something unique, others who are thrifty, and a growing number of true artisans who make handmade clothes as a craft. That said, there are plenty of places where tailor-made clothes are the standard rather than the exception. In the Republic of the Congo, tailor Patrick Onze claims that most Congolese people have at least a dozen tailor-made outfits, which makes tailoring a great occupation there.
Good. So let's have a look now at the grammar, okay, that we have here. Okay, the idea was, if you notice about the reading, that we were paying attention to quantifiers, okay? So some quantifiers can only be used with singular count nouns. Okay, so for example, we say one blouse, only singular count nouns. Each woman, every child. Okay, I cannot say every children. Okay, no, it's every child, each woman. So some quantifiers can only be used with plural count nouns. That is that you can count them, right? So we say a few dresses, many tailors, couple of shirts, both tuxedos, several boys, at least 4 shirts, pair of flats, number of styles, a majority of designers. So, some quantifiers can only be used with non-count nouns. That is that little excitement, less music. All these are non-count or uncountable. Much interest, bit of fear, great deal of travel, a great amount of elegance. And some quantifiers can be used with both countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So we have here no children, no education, some or any, debt or evening grounds, lot of windbreakers, lot of style, third of the classroom, a third of the money, plenty of young women, plenty of criticism, most problems, most sleepwear, all traditional dressmaker, all cash, more ties, more food, more and more men, more and more entertainment. So we have the quantifier the majority of can also be used with singular count nouns that include more than one person. So use a third person singular verb. Example, a majority of population buys ready-to-wear clothes. Okay, so if we go back to the text here, you can have a look at it. Most people, the majority of people, many homes, more and more women, fewer and fewer people, okay? Vast majority of every country, singular countable noun. Few people, plural, okay, countable noun. Little luxury is a non-countable noun. Great number of people, great number of true. Plenty of places, right? Good. Okay, so this is the first part, okay? In the second video, we are going to do exercises related with the same, okay? With the grammar about quantifiers.